Welcome back, Swampunks. I'm your boy Jay Shrek, and I am here with another episode of Who Talk, talking about episode 3 of Series 11, titled Rosa. If you didn't see the episode preview, this episode is circling around the 50s civil rights movement with Rosa Parks and her refusing to give up her seat on the bus to a white man. From the start of this episode, I didn't think that I would end up enjoying this episode as much as I ended up liking it at the end. There is just so much to this episode that I love. The only problem with this episode is that you know exactly how the episode is going to end, especially if you are familiar with Rosa Parks' story. The one thing I liked most about the episode, though, is how well they handled the racism back then and personifying it to the degree that they did. The topic of racism isn't new to Doctor Who, but it really wasn't portrayed 100% correctly in previous episodes. Plus, this episode truly is talking about the topic at hand versus some of the other episodes where it wasn't being the sole focus. The portrayal of racism during this time was first noticed when a white woman dropped her glove on the ground and Ryan went to pick it up and hand it to her, and her husband accused him of trying to hurt her and caused a big scene. Plus, many words like Negro were used in the episode. Do notice I'm not saying the N-word. I am saying the Spanish word for black, Negro, which was thrown around a lot back then. But I just wanted to really just clear that up so I don't get accused of being racist and using the wrong words, and because I'm not. But either way, Chibnall got pretty ballsy with covering this topic just so head on. I really do like how the TARDIS stopped right there and refused to leave because it knew there was a problem that was just within this time frame. The minute we meet Rosa Parks, though, is when each character really starts to shine in their parts because they are all given specific things to do. Like Ryan stalked Rosa to her house, then actually sat in on a meeting with her and Martin Luther King, and he was just going crazy in his head like, I can't believe this is happening. The threat in the episode was weak at points just because he was just a recently released racist prisoner from the future. But I do love that Easter egg that the prison that he was released from was Storm Cage, which was discussed in previous episodes, such as the Galactic Prison where River Song was being held in. But otherwise, this guy just in general literally just wanted to try to fix things from where he believed things went wrong, which was the day that Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat. This guy really tries to do everything, and it really almost seems like he is a big step ahead or two of the Doctor and her companions. But of course, the Doctor does come in and save the day by keeping time aligned correctly. That was just so predictable about all of that happening, though, that you knew that she was gonna have to keep everything in order, make sure everything happens the way it's supposed to. Just one other thing that I did predict that was going to happen, though, is that they were all going to be on the bus when the event actually occurred, and the white man was going to be Graham. Like, I don't know why, but this really just came to mind that this was going to be how it was going to be, and I predicted that within the first 15 minutes of the episode. And when I was correct at the end of the episode, I was a tad bit disappointed that I was able to really predict that so easily. But I did enjoy the character development of the cast. They all had their own parts to the story and took on those parts well. Also, I had a lot of fun just watching how they all managed to stop the released convict while still bumping into more problems to solve. It was just very fun to see them get around everything. It was indeed a very fun episode, and most certainly probably the best episode of the new season already. I only wish next week's episode was available already. That's all I have to say about this week's episode. If you enjoyed my video, then slam that thumbs up button, comment below what you think of the new episode, and don't forget to just check me out on my social media accounts and subscribe and click that bell icon to stay up to date with all things roaring in the media. J Shrek, now logging off.